Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with a kind of match reaction. Obviously, it was a terrible, terrible performance yesterday against Bruges. So a little bit of kind of reflection on that, but also, I guess, just a little bit of chat around what is actually going wrong with Aston Villa at the moment. And I'll try and maybe talk about some of my thoughts, but also want your thoughts in the comments as to what you think is going wrong at the moment with us and where we need to change, where we need to improve to kind of get us out of this bit of a slump. 3 defeats in a row, but most importantly, 3 really poor performances in a row. So we'll get into it. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Help us on the road to 5,000 subscribers. We're almost there, just couple of hundred more to do. So please, you'd be doing us a huge favor by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and getting your comments in below. So just got back from Bruges. It was brilliant over there with so many Villa fans over there. I didn't have a ticket for the match. I'm kind of glad I didn't, but great watching it in the pub with the Villa fans over there. And I think it was something like 8,000 Villa over there. So it was brilliant experience and great city and great to be a part of with all the Villa fans over there. But unfortunately, a really disappointing performance. And yeah, it kind of hits home. We know, obviously, the Mings mistake and just the craziness of that mistake. But I think that mistake kind of summed up the way that Villa played and approached that game. It was slow. It was lethargic. It was sloppy. And it was just way, way, way too casual. And this is something that's been creeping in, barring kind of the first half against Tottenham, which was organised, if a little bit boring, if you like, for want of a better phrase. But that was something that we traded because we knew that what Tottenham were like. But if you rewind to last week against Crystal Palace, yes, we made some changes, but that performance was slow, lethargic, labouring, casual. And the second half, we just got completely outfought and outbattled and outthought. And then yesterday against Bruges, they stepped it on us. They were intense. Yes, we were pretty well organised, but very, very lacklustre going forward and just ran out of ideas. Now, I'm trying to understand why this might be and pick up. Maybe it's just one or two players that are out of form that we're trying to get back into fitness as well. I'm talking about, Boubacar Kamara, Tyrone Mings, who we've mentioned before. Ian Maatsen maybe has not played too many games. John McGinn has been in and out with injury. But also just those couple of players have been poor in the games that they've played. I mean, John McGinn has just not been anywhere near the same level of player that we've had before. We've talked a lot about Leon Bailey. He's not been anywhere near, and he's admitted it himself. And Ian Maatsen in the game against Crystal Palace was very poor yesterday. Didn't get forward as anything like what we hoped he would. He didn't use his pace. He was cutting back when he should be attacking the byline. So is it a case of some players playing themselves back into form and fitness, and we almost have to cope with this? But we're suffering with results on that front. So that's not necessarily a good strategy to go for. Yes, it may pay off towards the end later on in the season, but we need results now. We need to get out of it now. We also got a situation where we now have a number of players back, and we've lauded about the quality of the squad, the ability for Unai Emery to make changes. But is this now causing a bit of an issue with Unai Emery in that, does he actually know what his best formation, his best team, his best lineup is? Because we've seen quite a lot of tinkering with the squad. We've seen lots of changes in and out. And is that maybe affecting players' rhythm of who to play alongside? Who are they? What relationships are they building with that player? And are they having enough time on the training pitch to cultivate those relationships? Mings and Carlos playing at centre back yesterday, Torres and Konsa playing at centre back on Sunday, then Konsa going to right back, Carlos coming in. These changes are constant, and is it affecting the way that they're playing together? Ross Barkley's out injured at the moment. Kamara's coming back fit. Onana's been playing alongside Yuri Tielemans. Then Onana's come off at half-time and numerous times with Barkley. Now Kamara's in alongside Yuri Tielemans. Is that having an effect? So what kind of relationships are the players building? Are we moving between a team that had 11, 12, 13 players that were the core of that team to now trying to embed 18, 19 players into a squad that some are going to play 1 week, some are going to play the next week, some are going to play in the Champions League, some are going to play in the Premier League? And is that causing an effect on them moving forward to create those relationships and be able to play together? So I don't know if that's something where the players don't quite know where they stand. Are they going to be able to build up rhythm? Are there issues where some players are clearly out of form, like Bailey, like McGinn, arguably, like one or two others, where they're playing it almost every week, but other players who maybe think they should be in the team aren't getting a fair crack? So is there an element of whisperings in the dressing room? I'm not suggesting that, but I know what players are like, and they think, well, if someone's not playing very well, they should be in the team ahead of that player. So that, I don't know if that's an issue. And then onto the manager. I never really want to criticise Unai Emery, but I don't think his substitutions have been right at all over the last few games. Yes, fair enough, he did what he did against Crystal Palace in not having the substitutes to bring on, any big guns to bring on. And yes, he had Cash and he had Ramsey, but he didn't use them. But Sunday, bringing Duran on and taking a man out of midfield when we were really struggling in midfield already, not bringing Kamara on, and then not swapping Watkins for Duran. I thought that was a big mistake because we just couldn't get the ball. I think Duran touched the ball once in that whole time he was on. And then again yesterday, trying to shoehorn Duran and Watkins up front together. It's just not working. We're not getting any control in the midfield to get the ball to them. So is he trying to force players into certain positions, or trying to manufacture the game force the game into a certain way through his changes? At the start of the season, the changes were phenomenal. He was able to change it proactively with speed. We're bringing the likes of Maatsen, Ramsey, and Duran off the bench. But at the moment, the substitutions are actually making us worse, which is really a little bit concerning. And the lack of movement, the way that we're just playing so ponderous, like Ollie Watkins, no movement in between the central defenders and the fullbacks. Leon Bailey, no pulling off his man and making an angle for the ball, no running past and going around the outside. Even Morgan Rogers yesterday, just no real movement to try and get the ball into little spaces. When Ramsey came on, I don't think he touched the ball. No movement into spaces. We're just passing the ball across the back, passing it into midfield to Tielemans, passing it back to the defender, and there's absolutely zero movement in front of them. So I really don't know what is going on at the moment. And then maybe is that leaving Emery under a bit of pressure to think, right, I need to change something, but I don't quite know what to change. And then we're forcing the ball forward. We're trying to play long balls. We're not up the pitch high enough, which is then causing us to lose those second balls. And then the defence is under even more pressure. And yesterday's game, I mean, Bruges weren't a great side at all. Yes, they put a lot of effort, they put a lot of endeavour into the game, but to have one shot on target that was basically a back pass from John McGinn and then a chance for Ollie Watkins that obviously just went wide. But that was basically it for the whole game. I think maybe Rodgers had an effort over the bar. And yes, you go in at 0-0 and think, right, let's step out into the second half and let's take it to them. But absolutely nothing again. There's just no movement, no urgency, no battling for the ball, no winning second balls. We're just trying to be passive and wait for a mistake and then try and pounce. But we're not even moving into the spaces quickly enough. No going around the outside. Like I said, Ian Maatsen not attacking the byline. Ezri Konsa at right back. Again, not. Look, he's a centre-back. He is a centre-back. And he's a centre-back doing a job at right back. And it's just not working. So, and then play Kostin Nedeljkovic. Maybe give him a shot. I know he's weak. I know he needs a bit more meat on the bones to him. But He's got to be a better option and putting Concert in his favourite position at centre-back. Diego Carlos is too much of a liability if you're asking him to do anything other than just mark a player. So the balance of the team isn't right at the moment. And that's causing players to be uncertain. They're not quite sure where to pass it. They're not quite sure where to move. They're not trusting the players on the ball. And it's concerning because we've got Liverpool coming up on Saturday, and I can't see anything other than a comfortable Liverpool victory. That puts us under real pressure with other teams around us winning games. You know, Newcastle are now on the charge. They're only 3 points behind us. You've got the likes of Brighton. You've got the likes of Fulham who are winning games. You've got Nottingham Forest in third position. So it's very, very tight in there at the moment. So we've really got to book our ideas up. But if we can, by any hook or by crook, pick up some form of positive result on Saturday, but we really, really, really need to book our ideas up because it is not looking good at the moment. And we really need that international break to come and just hit that reset button for the players, because it is a little bit concerning at the moment that just the lack of quality in the performance and just how sloppy we are and how we just seem to be lacking any sort of urgency at the moment. But I'd be interested in your thoughts. Is it, like I say, is it a case of too many cooks? Has he got too many options and he's not quite sure of the best? Is there an element of criticism on Unai Emery for the substitutions and them not working? Is it a case of players not being able to get any rhythm? Or is it just players not informed, the likes of Bailey, the likes of Watkins, even the likes of John McGinn? So let me know your thoughts in the comments. But Liverpool on Saturday is not filling me with any hope whatsoever. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll be back later this week with In the Away End. Got a really good In the Away End coming up with Errol from Redmen TV. So great channel. Great guy, Errol. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, match preview for the Liverpool game where we'll go into detail about how we might be able to beat them, and plenty more shows. Hopefully a positive match reaction as well after that game. Thank you for watching. And as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.